Hello.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, your DC Guide, and today I'm here to talk about Supergirl and Superman and Lois. So I'm talking about Supergirl because it's the next show I wanted to cover, and I added on Superman and Lois since it's spin-off, which hasn't really started yet, so I didn't want to give it its own episode, like an episode video, and so I just included them in one, and like, out of the two of them, I don't think they each have enough information for one video, especially Supergirl, but I mean, it could have worked if I like lengthened it out, but I don't think it would have worked. But let's get on to the video. So as you can see here, here's the Supergirl poster, and a lot of people were talking about when it first came out the Starfire's brother in the top right corner, but I don't think he's gonna be in the show. But people aren't really talking about that anymore. But yeah, it looks really good, and it looks like she's still having her old suit, which we get to see. And I hope with the new season she still wears her old suit, like a couple times, but not like the entire season. But as a whole, Supergirl is a pretty good show. Usually I don't like the overall season, but I like the individual episodes or like a couple arcs they might have. But my favorite season is season 4. Like, I feel like they did that perfectly, like mixed in a bunch of everything. And then after that, it was season 5, because season 5, it wasn't great. Like, the overall story I didn't really like. I didn't like that they used Lex a lot again, because Lex was good, but I think they're using him too much. But I liked a lot of their individual episodes. Like, they had some really good ones. Like, in particular, probably my favorite episode of the entire series is the bottle episode, where, you know, like, Brainiac becomes like a real Gluin. Like, it was just really good. Like, when Wind returned, it was really good. Just, they had a lot of really good episodes, and like, you know, the 100th episode. But then after that, my favorite season would have probably been season 2, just because it was pretty good, especially compared to season 1. And, you know, they had like Monel and stuff. And then it's season 3, because I hated season 3. It would have been my least favorite season. The only redeeming factor is that they introduced the Legion of Superheroes, which I love. The Legion of Superheroes, they're some of my favorite things. And that's one of the things I love about Supergirl, is they use them a lot. And yeah, and then season 1 of my least favorite. It was still a good season, but it was very different from the rest of the seasons. But also, I forgot to mention season 2. They also introduced Guardian. I really like Guardian, but I mean, I wish they didn't make it Jimmy Olsen, but I kind of got used to it. But yeah, it was a pretty good storyline. And just, yeah, like, Supergirl as a whole is a great show. Just a lot of times their overall seasons don't always work out. Here's a poster of Nia, which is very interesting because technically she's not a comic book character. And, you know, there's Dream Girl behind her, you know, who's from Legion of Superheroes. And I would love for, at some point, her to be in the show, either cast as a new character or just to have Nickelodeons and like white hair, basically. It would just be really good, because I want to see more Legion heroes, because we know she exists in the Arrowverse timeline. She's been mentioned a bunch of times, especially by Wynn. But I just would like to see her. It'd be interesting. But unfortunately, there's no poster for John, which really sucks, because I really like his character. Because but Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite characters as well. Just because he's so much more powerful than Superman. And like, I really wish he'd be in more, but his new suit looks great. He's had some pretty good storylines. And I hope they do his character well when they are choosing to end him. I mean, it'd be great if he could do a spin-off or go to other shows, but I'm sure he'd be willing to return. But like, only thing I can really think of is him going to Mars with Lagan and restarting the Martian like race and like living at peace. And then with Nia, I'm trying to think, how would they have a good way to end her off? I'm not really sure how they can end her off, or Brainiac. But I really enjoyed them, especially Brainiac. Brainiac is probably my favorite character out of all of them. Well, it was Wynn, but once Wynn left, Brainiac kind of took the place. But yeah, it was really good. Then of course, here's Brainiac 5. I'm pretty sure, everyone's pretty sure he died, and I thought so too. But he's been seen in a lot of set photos and set images, so I'm pretty sure that Nia's gonna save him. Maybe he'll be a little different, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna be okay, because he's been in a lot of set images, like, you know, the actor has. So, like, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna be dead. I really hope not, because it would have been a good end. But I was really upset that Lex took the thing away, because I get you're supposed to be and stuff. But if that didn't happen, it would have been a good death. But since it did, like, it's not. But yeah, I really enjoyed his character. I mean, sure, it was a little weird and different this season, but I liked it. And I preferred the old way, but this way was so good. And then here's a set photo of what the newest episode they're working on. I think it's like episode 6, where it's another flashback episode, because as you can see, they're making the Midvale High School again, and it's being directed by, I can't remember her name, but the actor who plays Alex, which will be good to see. And so clearly they're going back to the high school. It'll be interesting to see what they did, and I couldn't really find any concrete evidence, but apparently they casted an adult Kenny Lee, so maybe through crisis he survived. And then here's another set photo. They're doing like a game, and it's interesting because it says Stallions, which is, I guess, a bit of a reference to, I think it was season 2, when they had the one guy who had kidnapped Alex that used to go to Midvale High, like Rick, but I can't remember his last name. He said "Go Stallions," which is, yeah, a reference to this. I don't think this will be too big a focus. It's probably just in the background of when the actors are talking, and the actors that played them have confirmed to come back. And here, and there must be like a bunch of jumping around, because, you know, it's college now. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe we see a bit of them in high school, a bit of them in college. But it'd be cool to see one last adventure for them in this season. And how they're going to end Supergirl, I'm not really sure. There could be a number of ways. The one I personally want, a lot of people want, is her to go to the future with the Legion of Superheroes. But that might not happen, who knows. But now it is time to talk about Superman and Lois. It's the new spin-off. I personally am not that excited about it. Like, I'll watch it, but like, I don't know. Superman, he's an okay character, but I tend to like the smaller, not as known characters, because they're just more interesting. And, you know, like Martian Manhunter more, because he's more powerful and has more powers. You know, like, people always talk about how overpowered Superman is, but Martian Manhunter is more powerful. But I mean, it looks interesting, and, you know, they're like, the whole basis of it is that they're going to back to Smallville, and like, he has 2 sons, one who's athletic and one who's more smart. it'll be interesting to see. But like, we'll have to wait and see. But I mean, part of the pilot was leaked. I'm not gonna say everything, but in the beginning, Clark gets fired for some reason. I can't remember why. From the Day Planet, and then his mom has a heart attack at the farm. So then they go back to the farm, and they decide to just stay there because he doesn't have a job anymore. Yeah. And here is the first look at his new suit, which is better, but I mean, like it is pretty comic accurate, but like nothing really stands out to me. Like it doesn't really look all that special. It just looks better than the old one. So I don't know. And here are the first 5 episodes. I couldn't get the first 5 episodes for Supergirl. I don't think they've announced them yet. But here is these ones. So there's Pilot, of course, and then Heritage, and then the perks of not being a wallflower, Haywire, and the Beacon. The pilot episode, I pretty much know what's going to happen because when they leaked it. Heritage, I'm assuming it's going to have something to do with the kids, or maybe learning more about their past and like their family. Also, I wonder if they're going to know their father's Superman or not. That's going to be kind of interesting, because if not, that could be a huge thing. But I feel like they'd know. But the perks of not being a wallflower, no idea what that's what's about. Don't know what that's referencing. Haywire, Cody referencing like a villain or just something going wrong. The Beacon could be just referencing the beacon, like, you know, Superman's like a beacon of hope, or something like that. But I'm not really sure as a whole where this show is going, because I haven't seen any of the episodes yet, so I don't know the style is in. But here's the poster that I got. I wish they would have gave the poster with his new suit, but it looks pretty good. His face looks a little weird, but that's just me. And then here's one for Lois, which looks pretty good as well. Good to see her have one as well. And here's a shot of them at Smallville in their normal look, as normal as you can hear near Supergirl. And then this guy is Adam Rayner. He was recasted as Morgan Edge for the show, because Morgan Edge is going to be a pretty big deal, and they couldn't get the actor who played him Supergirl back, and so they recasted him. And what it seems like they're going to be doing is, you know, Superman will have his big bad, and then Lois will have a big bad as well that she's trying to take on, not like fighting though, but like through reporting. And it seems like Morgan Edge is going to be the one for at least season 1. And he's like, I can't remember what he's doing, but he's doing something shady, with like homes and stuff and properties. So it'll be, I guess, interesting to see what happens with that. I'd like them to do that, because then they can do a lot more characters and arcs and stuff. It'd be good to see. And then here's a set photo where like there's like an earthquake happening. I'm pretty sure, well, it's a rumbling. But it's interesting because either he's in like some sort of Chinatown, or like he's in a different country. And it'll be interesting to see why, or like why he's in those places. But that will be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.